Power on. Select your players.
Pierre, Sarah, Glenn.
Select your topic.
Games.
Select your format.
Entertaining podcast.
They're called the Button Boys. So make some fucking noise. 'Cause they're gonna talk about video gaming and stuff.
Button Boys.
Hello and welcome to Button Boys, a video games podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. See, I can do a fucking sincere intro.
Wow, you did it.
How about
really,
that?
really
Was that
nice.
good? Was it professional?
Kind of haunting.
It really frightened me.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll do so.
Yeah.
It was like seeing someone be too normal, like at night in a graveyard.
Yeah, I
it was
feel like-
more frightening because of how unexpected
Yeah,
the normality
you want them
was.
to have a shovel over their shoulder and be stalking their way through.
I thought
Yeah.
you were going to pull your own face skin off at the
and
end.
reveal I'm
Yeah.
someone else completely.
Like if I saw a completely normal professional nurse, just like filling in patients' charts and things, at 3 a.m. in an abandoned hospital.
Yeah.
That's more frightening
Yeah,
than
yeah,
a nurse
yeah.
with like a goblin face going,
because she's a ghost. She's a ghost who doesn't know she's dead.
Oh, she doesn't know she's dead.
Doesn't know
She's
she's
just
dead.
working.
She's still working.
Yeah.
Well, you're Pierre Novelli and you're Sarah Keyworth and I'm Glenn Moore, and we're going to talk about video games. And
We
it's the
don't know
same-
we're dead.
No.
We don't know we're dead. That's the whole premise of the podcast,
Sorry.
and we forgot to. We sometimes forget to mention it. I'm starting to think I don't think we've ever mentioned this before.
Unfinished
Have we ever mentioned
business.
this?
The
Yeah.
whole idea was that it's video games podcast, but we're undead, and it's like a
They died in a podcast fire.
And they just won't stop podcasting.
Yeah.
yeah.
Poor guys.
I.C. podcasters.
That this whole studio was built on an ancient Indian Ricky Gervais ground.
Ricky Gervais's face sort of pushes through the
Yeah.
wall. every
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
often.
As Derek.
Yeah.
Saying, it's because I'm kind.
Same question as always.
Yeah.
What Ricky Gervais series have you been watching? I've been watching Afterlife. How about you?
What have you been playing?
What have you been playing?
Advance Wars 2, a little Game Boy Advance kind of throwback.
Really?
Yeah. I won't say how I've been playing it, but I've been playing it.
Right.
Let's just say I've been playing it.
What, through legal means?
Yeah, I bought a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
I found a rare copy of Advance Wars 2.
And you feel like you're emulating your childhood.
Exactly. I'm emulating my childhood by playing Advance Wars 2. And something's wrong with Sarah's eye.
What an awful time for you to actually have a stroke right now.
Yeah.
Really, you're really going for the bit.
A lot of strokes go undetected at raunchy parties. To carry on film sets.
Yeah, a lot of department store Santas who are hiding that they're actually Santa often have their strokes under.
Oh my God.
Raunchy parties because you got the eye thing and also the left arm
Yeah.
doing the
All
boner
these
gesture.
people at the funeral wearing their sort of gimp suits going, we just thought he was winking for a long time.
You were having a saucy time.
Sort of a little bit of Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt type situation.
Just people, all the pallbearers. Yeah, it's what he would have wanted.
Yeah. Benny Hill. Incredibly quick coffin.
Yeah.
Just going.
Yes.
Imagine the pallbearers chasing women around.
Not now.
Chasing after a
Not
coffin is one of the most grave threats you can ever get.
Oh, yeah.
Chasing after a coffin, like, am I going in there?
These women are running like, why are they so in sync with each other?
Yeah.
It's horrible. They've practiced this.
That would be a good
They've
Dark,
rehearsed.
that would be a good Dark Souls enemy.
Yeah.
That'd
Get
be
back in there. You've got an uncle to burn.
Advance Wars 2.
Advance Wars 2. So what does it look like? What is it? I've heard the name.
What are you talking about?
It is a Game Boy Advance game where it's like a top-down, turn-based strategy game. So you start with a set number of troops. You could sort of you can buy more using kind of like you get points per turn, and then you can spend them on reinforcements coming in. But it's sort of turn-based like chess, and you're on a map and you're moving like a little tank and a little infantry guy, and it's all very sort of Japanese cartoony.
How many like sort of grids? How many squares are we talking in a grid?
Quite a few, actually. Yeah, it is square grid based and pretty big maps. Not bad, not huge.
Yeah.
But like the levels, like the campaign is very good. The story is anime gibberish. You just go, you're like Earth team, and there's Moon team, and like it's all like you're orange and the enemy are blue, and then the next enemy is green, and then you have to combine with green against blue. And
There's
like
a sort of respectfulness of the game player when they go,
Yeah.
we know you don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like basically a character comes off on the screen and says MacGuffin, and then goes back down again.
We
You get
could have
thanks.
wasted our own time and energy coming up with a backstory
Yeah.
for these teams,
Yeah.
or we could just make them orange and blue.
Yeah. And the characters come up, and it's like, okay, so the little kind of tech guy, he gets like plus 3 HP for his like advanced weapons, -1 for his infantry, because he's a little nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's like a big muscly guy, and his infantry are really good, but his planes are shit, or things along these lines.
-1 dick because he's on steroids.
Yeah. Or, exactly, yeah. And then there's like
Yeah.
a sea captain guy
You've
who's
been hurt
naval
by your
units.
back knee.
Yeah. Yeah, he's vulnerable to rear attacks.
Yeah.
Because of his back knee. And there's like a fucking...
Deficiency peaked in high school.
And there's like a Captain Birdseye looking guy who's like, ships are good, but his tanks are shit.
His
Right,
fish
okay.
fingers are great.
And his fish fingers are
How
great.
good.
The children he's trapped on that ship do a great job catching fish and peas.
Always peas.
Because, you know, the sea.
It is one of the stranger combinations that it's as weird to me as, do you remember Chibo, the shop? It was TCHIBO. It was a high street shop.
No.
And they sold
Chibo?
and they sold pillows and coffee. And those are the only two things they had.
Sleeping awake.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Which is it? I'm getting mixed signals.
The pillow is to muffle the sound of all the shitting you'll do.
Using a pillow as a temporary silencer.
You're pressing it onto your lap.
Just keep a pillow by the toilet. Horrible.
Imagine if you went around to someone's house instead of books, they had a big fluffy pillow. You're like, what happens in here?
It's my shit silencer here.
47. These mercenaries can't know you've got diarrhea.
Yeah, you go into a toilet and there's a load of pillows lined up and it says help yourself.
Complimentary. Or it's like, were you thinking I was saying like you shit through the pillow? Like when they put a pillow over someone's face and then shoot them to stop splatter.
Yeah. Just like that. That's what Chibo, the coffee shop, used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this shop in my life.
No.
No wonder it went out of business.
Yeah, no, it's going strong, I think.
But yeah, so
How old is this?
it's old, man. I mean, it must be 2003 or 4. It's a very much a childhood game for me.
Does
Right,
it hold
okay.
up?
It's great. The gameplay is really good. It's challenging, and the campaign does a really nice job of layering up the difficulty. So, and like when you know you're dealing with a well-made campaign where this level is themed around this particular mechanic. So on the Patreon, if you're a VIP, you'd know this.
You're missing out on all the fog of war stuff, guys.
So the fog of war aspect, like if a unit is on like a tile that's got trees on, you have to be right next to it to see it.
Okay.
And then there'll be a level that's almost all trees. And you're having to like send your guys through to get to the other side of the
Oh,
map.
and you don't know
Oh,
what's
I like
there.
that.
And you don't know what's there, and artillery could be getting you, and then planes, and yeah, it's just so nicely put together, and I really wish that they had kept making them.
Yeah, what a shame.
They stopped making Advance Wars because of
Oh, that's an episode topic, isn't it?
I think it was the war in Iraq,
What,
the war in
dead
Afghanistan,
studios, dead games.
the war in
Games
war in
we-
Iraq.
Really?
This is what I heard. Is that like
What? Wait, I missed that. Got distracted.
Oh no, wait.
Did I black out? We're on the war in Iraq.
They kept making them, and then someone was saying to me, "Oh, do you know why they didn't release that Advance Wars? It's like it was supposed to come out, and then the war in Ukraine started,
Because
or
of
something.
Bush and Blair.
And it was all like set in Europe, and there was also kind of
Turn up
Russian.
the guy who made it was called Saddam. It was Saddam Hussein. And
Sorry,
they
yeah,
killed
it was
him. And
Saddam
they
Hussein's
stopped.
Saddam Hussein's gaming
That's why
company.
they took it so long to find him, because they were conflicted.
I do want another Advanced
Yeah,
Wars.
on the one hand.
That's the thing, is that in that diagram online, that's a meme of Saddam Hussein's spider tunnel. They don't show you that he has a Game Boy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
holding a Game Boy.
Yeah, which is difficult because
Had a really sexed up manual, didn't it?
Yeah, in Advance Wars campaign, you have to find WMD. Yeah. At the end of the game, a kind of sexy anime Alistair Campbell pops up and goes, "Ha ha ha! Tricked you!"
It looks like he's in Hades or something like that. Like a really short toga.
Really short. He's got a really short business suit, and he's really muscly. And he says, "How's your mental health now?" And you have to fight him with you have to hold briefcases.
Yeah,
like
I do remember
Donkey
that
Kong.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, that's what I've been playing.
Donkey Kong.
I've been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza.
What?
Which was like one of the Switch 2's like first like exclusive big titles.
I
They
thought
obviously
you'd seen
opened
a
up Mario
lot
Kart.
of adverts. For it.
Oh.
It's brilliant. I've never played Donkey Kong in my life.
It's
Never
like
played
a
like the
singing
original.
element in it.
Ish. It's again one of those things where MacGuffin. You're trying to get to the planet's core, and so each level is just going lower and lower into
Donkey
the
Kong?
planet's core. Yes, and this enormous.
Are there bananas in the core?
Yeah, if you don't know Donkey Kong, he's this sort of like large naked man, incredibly violent
With an Elvis hairstyle.
non-verbal,
Elvis hair?
with a hyperfixation on bananas.
The reason because it's a play on Conky Dong.
It's
Yeah.
honky dong is a white guy's dick.
Yeah, he's an ape with a white guy's dick.
Yeah, honky dong
And it
bonanza.
it can happen.
Yeah, that's why
That's the
Pierre
thing, it can
asked
happen.
if there's bananas at the core.
Yeah.
He means dicks.
Yeah, he's naked and he wears a tie. So it's like
Yeah.
Mr. Blobby.
Yeah,
But the idea is you have this enormous ape and you befriend like an 11-year-old girl
Sure.
who's a human girl who is a singer but sometimes loses her confidence. And in each level you go through...
It's ridiculous to describe, isn't it?
It's so unapologetically mental that I felt like playing the Mr. Sparkle advert in The Simpsons. The whole game is like it's going to bring us onto the topic of the day actually, because I felt quite embarrassed playing it sometimes in public because it's so strange. And like at least, I mean, to compare it to any other recent game that's come out, like Astro Bot was obviously the last big 3D platformer this time last year. It is just what sets it apart from a Mario game or Astro Bot is that because you're this enormous ape with huge fists, the entire environment is destructible. Like every single thing you see is destructible.
Oh, wow.
And if you see like an enormous mountain, you can punch your way through that mountain, take whatever route you want through it. Every single thing can be destroyed.
That's cool.
Whenever you enter like a village and all the shops are there, you can just destroy all the shops. And everyone's
that
fine
must be
with
satisfying.
that. It's incredibly satisfying. You're just punching stuff all the time. And trying to find lots of bananas. That's essentially what the game is.
I was waiting for the bananas.
And every time you find a big banana and you have to punch it about 3 times and it's like a glass banana and it shatters, he then does a real anime like
Oh,
ding to the
yeah.
screen and it goes, oh, banana. And it's so
Yeah.
brilliant. It's so, like it's a really fun game. It's a very funny game and it is just absurd. And the whole way through you're just like, I don't understand the storyline whatsoever. It's actually quite well connected as a platforming game compared to most platforms where instead of just being like, in this level, you're here and then you're transported to the other side of the world. Because you're always just going down, down, down into the planet's core. Every level is different and one's a ski resort and one's basically a theme park where you get to go on rides and stuff like that. And then one's a
Underground.
sort of underground. And they've always got the sky for some reason. It doesn't make any sense, but at least it still feels connected.
Okay.
But it is very, very satisfying and it's very, very good. But I've got a gripe about Donkey Kong, which I'm going to say for the end of the episode. But I would highly recommend it as like a good family, fun, friendly game. It's just brilliant. It's just what Nintendo do really well. Of just like it's just such a happy game. The music is so happy and it makes you feel elated and it feels very
Colourful, dopamine.
Christmassy kind of. Yeah, it's great. How about you, Sarah?
Hits you right in the eyes. I've been playing a game called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion.
I would love to know more about Turnip Boy because I've seen that title in the past and gone,
What the
Probably
hell
not.
are you guys talking about?
Turnip Boy commits Turnip Boy commits tax evasion.
I don't believe in
It is a game.
Here's what happened. I knew I had to play a game. I knew I needed to bring something to the pod. I went on the Nintendo eShop. I went on the filters. I put in the 1 pence to like $3.99 filter, whatever the lowest bracket. And I scrolled down and I saw Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. And I thought, that's already amused me.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
And it's a popular game. It's not like, this is an AI generated.
Didn't even know that. Thought
It's popular.
that has amused me. And I'll have it.
So what happened? You are presumably Turnip Boy.
You're a turnip.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're a dick. You're like you're a troublemaking turnip.
Okay.
And you're in this village.
That's like when you're being told off by a vicar who can't swear.
Oh, you
Aren't you a troublemaking turnip?
Yeah. And you don't care about the law. You're actually quite kind of an unpleasant guy.
Okay.
And you start the game, and the look and feel of it. I said this about Hamtaro last week, but it's got that sort of slightly pixely Pokemon-y type thing.
So we looking down.
You're looking down, yeah, and it's villagey and it's very simplistic, but in quite a nostalgic way. And all of the characters in the village are different sort of fruits and vegetables, carrots, strawberries. There is Mayor Onion.
Sure.
Okay.
Mayor Onion immediately says, "You've screwed yourself, Turnip Boy." His words, not mine.
Right.
So the sense of humour in the game is actually, we talked about humour in games before, but this game gives so little shits that it is quite funny because you go like, they've written a script and gone, yeah. Yeah.
That'll do.
We think,
That'll do
we
the game.
think Mayor Onion would say, "You've screwed yourself, Turnip Boy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, you've been evading your taxes. And he says, "Now you're my personal assistant." So he sort of sends you off on a task.
Right.
And you have a list, like you're just a nuisance. So you've got all these little sort of side tasks. You have a list of documents to rip up.
So is it kind of like Untitled Goose Game where
A
you're like,
little
you're
bit.
a dick, you're just a dick?
A little bit like that, and it's an easy game to play. It's not going to take me very long to finish it. It's very simplistic. You just have to talk to people, and they'll give you different things, and then you're acquiring a different abilities. So you get a watering can, and then you get a little sword, so you can sort of there's like snails that can harm you, but they're really easy to kill. And
It's a quest game.
yeah, it's quest-esque. It's so the first task you're given is the mayor says you've got to go off to this place and you've got to bring me back a bag of fertilizer to prove that you were there. So you've got to just go and do that first. You're acquiring different items, so you get these like, I think they're called like blast boots, and you acquire them, and that means you can kick blast blooms, which basically are just bombs, but it means you can move them so that you can blast open doors and get through new doors.
So it's not a combat thing. You don't
It's
attack
not.
anyone.
Well, it might become. I don't know. I haven't got that far in, but yeah, it's just to open these doors in this particular barn that you go to. You can blast them open. But it's the thing that sort of made me go like, oh, okay, I get what this is. It's like one of the first things that I did was speak to this strawberry, and then like further up, like just literally, like the next field along, I can't remember what vegetable this person was, but they're obviously having a bit of a romance storyline, and you talk to them, and they say, "Oh, could you give the strawberry this flower?" And you go back and give the strawberry a flower, and then the strawberry gives you a love note to give to the other character, and the only option you're given is to read it and then rip it up. Yeah.
That's a good bit.
And then
That's a good bit.
And then I went on my sort of like main menu, and it literally says like documents to rip up. And it's got, those when you don't know what they are. It's like question mark, question mark. Question mark.
Yeah.
And it said like it's like strawberry's love note.
Oh man!
And then at one point you find a wanted poster for you, and it says "wanted for tax evasion."
Yeah,
and it's just read it and then rip it up. So you're just walking.
So it's
around.
kind of the only real mechanic in the game is just destroying evidence of who you are.
It was
as a
just
person.
ripping things up, and then you can water things with your watering can. You can like chop things down with your sword. I presume I'm going to acquire more stuff as I go on, but it's just really is funny. It's got a nice sense of humor about it. It's very knowing as well. Like at one point I found a trophy, and it pops up and it goes, "You found a trophy," and then it just says like, "Reward your game players by to keep them engaged."
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It
This
just
isn't
says,
yeah.
It's not a real thing. You just go, yeah.
Has it got
well done?
Has it got that sort of Star Wars thing of there's one of everything? Are you the only turnip in the village?
I think I am the only turnip in the
And then
village.
there's only one onion.
I know because at one point I've spoken to a carrot and they've lost a baby carrot.
Fucking hell! Really?
Yeah, but I presume I'm going to just help.
Oh, was it
find...
misplaced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like,
hasn't been eaten.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, our family there's a horrible farmer and it's killing everyone in the town. Is what I thought.
God,
but yeah.
No. I think that I'm going to help find the baby carrot. It's like looking after a carrot.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
So,
You have to rip it up.
yeah.
How? Okay, so this I think this partly brings us because that aesthetic-wise, it's vaguely similar-ish
It's very cutesy.
to Donkey Kong in that family-friendly aesthetic.
Yeah.
Which brings us onto the topic of how do you feel perceived as someone who plays video games?
Button Boys.
Time now for a quick plug for an event I'm involved in next week in the video game space. This is next Tuesday at the Pleasance Theatre at 7:30 p.m. in London. It is the Audience Versus. This is created by Simon Parkin with excellent work from our producer Ben and hosted by me. It's comedians playing bastardized versions of video games against you, the audience. We've been having so much fun putting this together the last few months. Sarah's been on it as a guest. Pierre's been on it as a guest. We've had the likes of Phil Wang, Ellie Gibson, Ed Knight in the past. It's been so much fun. This time, next week's guests are going to be Alex Keeley and Suze Kempner competing against you, the audience. Do check it out. We'll put all the details in the episode link so you can find out all about that. But we'll hopefully see you there next week. That's the Audience Versus in London.
Button Boys.
How do you feel when someone walks into a room and you're playing games? How do you feel when you're playing games in public? Do you have a sense of pride about it? Or is it something that you're like, I feel so grossly ashamed? Because I'm someone who's fine going to like a restaurant on my own.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm on tour at the moment.
Yeah.
That's just part of it. Like, I'm going to go and have dinner
What do you
afterwards.
do when you're alone at a restaurant? Do you just sit there and eat, or do you?
No, pretend I'm talking to someone opposite me.
Yeah.
Oh, ho, ho!
You say
Yeah.
This guy.
You say, please, I think we can work this out.
Yeah.
You say, come on, it's my birthday.
like a badly programmed NPC.
Yeah.
Oh, the game didn't load the other one.
Yeah,
So-
it's just
Yeah.
them on their own. Yeah, for some reason, again, playing Donkey Kong Bonanza on the train in today from the other side of the country to come here, I was like, this is just playing Donkey Kong. Like someone sat beside me, and it's such a kid-looking game, especially
Yeah.
because the 11-year-old girl who's your companion, when she's like, it was just a really long cutscene that was just featuring her, and she was like, I guess I just don't have the confidence to sing, but maybe I will. And then she like spins a microphone around, and I really wanted to be like, I turned to the person next to me, like, I promise there's a monkey soon. I do promise there's something. There's other
Yeah.
stuff going on. It's
Yeah.
not-
You as a grown man watching it, nodding, going,
yeah. But I feel sometimes there's some. I do find if people I know who don't play video games walk into a room that I'm in where I am playing video games, I do feel a sense of like it does feel a bit. I feel like they're Prince William and Kate walking around a school and bending down to me and going, "And what have you got here? And do you enjoy this?"
I feel a bit of that sometimes, but it's more like that combined with they've caught you like sniffing someone else's finger or something really like shameful and weird. And they're sort of not even against it. They're just like, oh, is that what you... And you go, no,
It's stupid, really.
It doesn't matter.
Stupid,
It doesn't
really.
matter.
Yeah, it feels like if they sort of came in and watched you watching like what like watching like Miss Rachel or something on YouTube, like it's like fully, or watching like Peppa Pig.
Or something
What is it?
inexplicable.
Why do we feel this way?
I think
I feel this way. I do. I've just moved in. My partner and I are like living with friends at the moment, and I'm feeling it a lot. I'm feeling it a lot when these friends of ours who are not my partner come in the room and I'm playing on the PlayStation in their living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm sat here feeling, looking and feeling like me, and they're looking at me, and I'm wearing a pair of boxers and a string vest, and I've got an empty can of Carling next to me, and I've been there for 3 days.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like I look like.
You got an ashtray on your lap.
Yeah, yeah. I've got the curtains closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because I hate when people who don't play video games then talk to you about it and say, what are you doing? And like, not what are you playing, but like, what are you doing in this? And I'm saying stuff like, I'm just getting the emerald and bringing it back. I just go, it feels so embarrassing
This
to say
morning
that.
I said to
because
my-
I'm saying I'm Donkey Kong. I say, what are you doing? I'm pretending to be a monkey right now. I may as well be dressed up as a monkey saying, I'm pretending to be a monkey.
This morning, I had this conversation with my girlfriend where she said, she was in the kitchen and she said, do you want me to finish making this cup of tea for you? Because I'd poured myself a cup of tea. And I was like, oh no, I'll do it. I just need to kill these slimes.
Yeah.
I go, I'm a disgrace.
Do you know what it feels like? It doesn't feel quite like you're sitting and watching a kids' TV show. What it feels like is someone's caught you playing like
A kid's toy.
Lego.
or
Yeah.
playing cafe.
Yeah.
More tea?
Yeah.
Like it's because you're doing make believe. It feels like
but
make
I
believe.
don't know
Yeah.
why. It's so weird.
But is it different? Because for me, part of it is because my fiance has played The Sims and that's it.
Yeah.
So anything that's not The Sims is just this incomprehensible mixture of light and color.
Yeah.
And sometimes she'll walk in and her not knowing what it is and the complete vocabulary gap. Because if I say it's a first-person shooter, that's just like me. It's a glipty-gloop. You have to thwop the nim-nom. Like, it's just gibberish to her. But I feel like if someone comes in and they know about games, then I don't worry about it. They're like, oh, yeah, it's just the new thingy thing. Because I know they're kind of in on it.
Yeah, that's fine. I
They're
feel
a co-conspirator.
Whereas at the moment, like, because we're going through a house move at the moment, like, Katie's constantly on the phone to, like, a solicitor and our estate agent and stuff like that. And then obviously, like, intermittently, they're hearing, ooh, banana, like, in the distance. It's like, it's utterly degrading.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't know how we get over that and how we stop it. But it's just naturally how I feel.
It just feels not allowed.
It
But
feels not allowed.
I can't remember. I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast recently or just told you this story outside of the podcast. But I realised I did it to somebody else, and that person was Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Have I told you this?
No,
No.
what?
I must have told
You
because
said it to us socially, I think.
did I? Because she told this story probably on some kind of Graham Norton type thing about like reacquiring her music, and she said when she got the phone call, she was like beside herself with happiness. She runs into the room where Travis is to tell him, and she's like, and he's like online, he's like gaming with his boys, and he's like, guys, I gotta go. And I remember hearing that story and being like, what a pathetic man.
Yeah.
What a pathetic man. I can't believe the Taylor Swift, on acquiring her life's work,
Has an unemployed boyfriend.
ran into that room and he was gaming with his boys. And then I was like, you game. I was looking in the mirror going, I could have been on my PS5 listening to his
Yeah,
her tell
well,
that
go,
story.
dick.
Oh my God, I can't believe she's marrying that guy.
Yeah.
Just a second, darling, I'm just killing these slimes.
It's self-hatred.
It's such a moment of reckoning to be like, that's me.
Yeah.
It feels like if they come in, you're suddenly wearing a Pokemon backpack
Yeah.
that was invisible till right when they came in.
I feel like I'm playing with a joystick and my tongue's out to the side.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
really concentrated. Like people playing video games in a TV show.
Yeah,
It feels like everyone who's walked in the room is your stepdad.
yeah.
And they're going,
Katie
hey,
knows
buddy,
to
what you got there?
Katie knows to embarrass me as well. She knows where, like, I was playing Stellar Blade last year, which is this PlayStation 5 game where, like, the protagonist, Eve, is like this, essentially like a cyborg synthetic woman, but she's just like, she just looks like a hentai character. It is absurd.
Right.
She's got enormous boobs. They kept on talking about jiggle physics, like the developers were talking about jiggle physics. And
There's a lot of Hawaiian shirts at that office.
It's like a legitimately really good game. But every time she'd appear on screen, Katie would always say, is this the sort of thing you like? You're like, fuck off. You know what you're doing. Shut up. So anytime something embarrassing. Zelda is actually really big for this as well. Like, no one I know will ever enter the room when I'm taking on like a great boss in Zelda or looking over an incredible view. And then when someone walks into the room, I can guarantee I'll walk into a village called Lollipop Land in Zelda, and everyone will go, "We have a Lollipop Land. Do you want to engage in the lollipop dance?" And they'll go, lollipop, lollipop, you're 11. And I'm like, shut up. And I'm trying to turn the volume down. It keeps getting louder. And more like ex-girlfriends keep walking into the room and I don't wake up.
Somehow all these characters have got big jiggly boobs.
But, so what's worse? Which would you rather have happen? Lollipop, lollipop,
Yeah.
hentai jiggle physics,
Yeah.
or what sometimes happens with me and Hell Let Loose, which is me giving in like quite an terse voice,
serious
coordinates.
instructions. Yeah.
like I'm in Star Trek, just going like grid reference A7 numpad 9.
That doesn't feel too bad. How about in like Warzone where it's a bit more relaxed and you'd be like, there's a guy in the building, there's going to be like, like he's in the window. He's in the third window along. He's in the third window. Is that more
Just
embarrassing? Or
shouting like,
embarrassing?
res me.
I didn't mind that too much. I'd never felt as embarrassing for some reason.
No, because it felt like
I think every bit of it is humiliating.
there's less make-believe there. Whereas what I'm doing in the Hello Liz thing is like, well, in order to help win the game for my team, I'm make-believing that I'm in charge of artillery.
Yeah, you're being incredibly serious about it. And you wear that little outfit as well, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It feels as embarrassing.
I wear that little peaked cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Cover
dress-
yourself in soil. Yeah.
I'm dressed. I'm picturing myself dressed like the guy who's just looks like a commissar from Tekken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
The guy with the big epaulets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Bison in Street Fighter.
Bison.
Yeah.
Just dressed like Bison, giving myself another little medal for all my games. It feels like it feels always as though it's replacing something that would result in productivity. As though
But why doesn't a book feel like that?
because the book is like vegetables.
You're
So the book
nourishing your mind.
The book
in
is the
some way.
impressive
Whereas this is a
productivity.
picture book.
And if you sat around with a group of people and discussed a book,
Yeah.
there's sort of real satisfaction to that.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
I enjoyed that.
What are you
book.
reading?
Yeah.
Whereas it's like instead of holding a book, you're holding Action Man going.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even when it's like a legitimately good storyline, like saying like Last of Us, and
Yeah.
it is well written, it's still quite. It's not quite.
But you can't convince anyone of that if they don't game.
Yeah,
Because the idea of a game being profound doesn't make sense to someone who genuinely thinks every game is Sonic and Pac-Man.
find the crystals.
Find the
It's
crystals.
that- yeah.
And this is what's happening with the friends that I've moved in with. Like one of whom is not interested in gaming in any way, and we were discussing this yesterday. And she was saying, I liked Tetris and Sonic years ago. That's the extent of my gaming experience. Whereas I was explaining in detail how terrifying Outlast is to these lunch guests that they had over.
Yeah.
And at one point, because my friend of mine, Crips, said to me, tell them about that game that you get really annoyed about. And it was Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no. And one of the people at this lunch works in gaming. She works for Remedy, so she's interested in gaming. And I was like, do you know Dark Souls? And she was like, no, I don't know it. And
She didn't know Dark Souls.
she didn't know Dark Souls, but she's a video game director, so I don't think she used to be a theatre director.
But you got to know the competition.
But in
She's
terms
of a third-person video game.
but in terms of performances in video games,
I
you're not
guess so,
looking at
yeah,
Dark Souls.
yeah.
Like, if
Yeah,
you're
makes
looking at
sense.
like the ones that are winning BAFTAs for performance, you're not. I mean, I even said to her, I was like, don't. But everybody at this table is looking at me, and I was like, it's this Souls game. And I looked around, and I was like, do you want me to tell you what that is? Like,
Yeah.
I have no desire to be explaining this.
It's like having to tell a joke under duress.
I'm embarrassed. It's like somebody's gone, do you want to get your Duplo and show everyone what you've made?
Do you ever do your dance
Yeah.
for the guests?
But
Yeah.
if someone was like, I haven't seen Severance, tell me what it's about. Why is that not? But like, it makes no sense to me.
Because people have faith in TV. Non-gamers,
Yeah.
non-gamers have no faith in games. Whereas imagine trying to explain Severance to like someone who's never seen a television show, and they go, "So you just sit in your living room."
And this is in your church, and it's not in church.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you go, and it makes crops for you, and you go, no, and they go, right. So you sit in front of your house and you stare at the wall. Yes, and you have a story. Yes. Right, and you just stare. You stare at someone
the story,
else.
how you absorb the story.
You don't do anything. Like I think it's something like that.
What is the moral of the story?
Yeah.
You go, there's no moral.
Also, because they don't have the vocabulary, it's like Souls game or FPS or. You're starting. It's like you're explaining something to someone who doesn't actually speak English.
Yeah.
So you're having to go, okay, one word at a time. I'm going to build up a concept for you that you already think is not for you.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to fight through 8 levels of resistance to this information. It's such an uphill battle.
It's getting better. I'm now starting to ask more, especially like comedians in green rooms at a gig and stuff. I'm more likely to ask sort of like, have you been playing anything recently? And on the, like testing that out as a question. Where I never would have done even 5 years ago. Like it's getting better. But it is so weird.
The conversation at this lunch moved away. So, like something got distracted. Someone got distracted. They started talking about something else, and then this person went, "Anyway, what were you saying about the Souls game?"
Oh no!
And I looked around the room and went, "Do any of you actually want to know?
Yeah.
Do you actually want?"
And they go, yeah.
well, the Remedy person said, I would actually quite like to know. And I was like, fuck.
And they're again.
And then it's like 1 out of the 5 people have said they want to know. And I know the others don't care.
But the thing is, so 6 of you in total, a third of you are professionally involved in video games now, and yet still it was like a subject of shame. That's insane to me.
Still I'm feeling
that's true.
like a baby in a high chair. And they're all going, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I have a video games podcast. And
How do you...
So it's kind of for work.
I'm deliberately like fighting through it now. And what I do now is I'll just like, for instance, on tour at the moment, will just happily be on my Switch or PS Portal or my laptop in a green room. And so when someone comes in, I don't hurriedly hide it like a porn mag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's now just a case of like, and if they ask me about it, then we'll talk about it, and that's great.
Well, because I play and have always played such heavy like history-themed games.
Yeah.
I used to go, whenever anyone said, "How did you know that?" or how do you know about this Persian emperor or something?
Yeah.
I'd go, from a book probably. But now I just go from a video game, from a game, and they go, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah, I play very boring games." But genuinely, like I know I have a few people who have turned around their opinion on games because they thought it was just a mixture of Sonic and killing hookers in GTA.
Yeah.
Like that's what they've been told it is.
Yeah, I think I've really enjoyed recently, especially like now that we've publicly outed ourselves,
Yeah.
the people who like gaming will talk to me about games that they like, and so that
best.
feels
It's the
like talking about a good book. It's so nice to get into that.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's quite satisfying, because I have like indoctrinated Louisa, my girlfriend, into playing games. I get such satisfaction if she see me playing like Horizon or Red Dead, and she'll kind of come into the room and stop and go like, "Wow, those graphics are beautiful."
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "No, seriously." I'm like, "Come sit down and I'll get. Let me
I'll show you
get.
the mountain. That's not even the best view.
I'm going to get up to the top of this mountain and I'm going to show you the sunset."
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. Or in Horizon, where there's like sort of lightning or like Northern Lights type things,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Wow,
Yeah.
you've got no idea."
All the cauldrons in Horizon were always the most gorgeous part to me. Those underground areas you go, and it's just so. Again, I think it's probably because blue is one of the few colours I can see really vividly, and I kind of know when something's bright blue. Those cauldrons. Now I'm going to find out it's fucking purple. I bet it turns out it was purple all along. That is so beautiful to me.
I went to a wedding where the guys had these friends that he'd made like gaming like 8 years ago, and the first time they met, they'd already talked to each other like more than once a week for 2 years, and he like flew to Denmark, flew to Germany.
Yeah, my cousin
them,
had
hang out with them.
a gaming friend at his wedding.
Yeah.
Earlier in the summer, and they'd met like twice, but they've known each other since they were teenagers.
Wow.
How crazy
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah.
So they used to play World of Warcraft together. And then, like, I think this guy visited him at uni, and they've stayed in touch.
It'd be so funny if they go, yeah, this person's arriving all the way from like Sweden or whatever, and they arrive like manacled by the police, wheeled in yeah, they let us have an N64 in jail.
It gets wheeled in.
Yeah, who's that? And you go, that's my best man.
Yeah, it's like a huge like media party outside of being like, who wanted this person?
Yeah.
It says, "Thank you, Commander. The body is at the following coordinates."
Yes. That one guy that has been writing to this horrifying criminal is getting married.
It's weird because online he was so funny.
Yeah.
He was so funny.
Yeah, he sent me his manifesto and everything. He was just a great guy.
I thought it was his mum telling him he had to turn it off, but
It was Mom, the prison warden.
But Mom,
coming, Mom.
It's definitely sort of improving in that regard, and I don't have as much it's nice at home being able to talk to Katie about it and stuff. She doesn't play like a huge amount of games, but she'll play like two games a year or so, and you go, that's enough. It's enough to be able to have a conversation.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of like the two aspects. One is the aspect of where I'm convincing people who are like, "Oh, I'm so impressed you know this large amount about history." And it's like, because of video games.
Yeah.
Because I've been learning niche shit from video games since I was like 9, and it's all in there. And 2, at least treat it with the level of respect you treat reality TV with.
Yes.
Which is, I sit on chair, brain turn off. Sit on chair, brain turn off.
It's the brain turn off I think is the crucial part. Now when I'm playing a game on a train, I have to make sure it's quite a low energy game and one that doesn't require me to be like tapping like full light gun setup on a GWR train. like bashing the person next to me face every time I need to reload.
You've brought a steering wheel and you're playing Gran Turismo. If you see something that doesn't look right, I saw a grown man playing a game.
Actually, I'm in first position.
They're all
so
pressing
what
the
is
emergency stop. Yeah, Louisa gets excited about co-op games. Like if I send her a link on
that's
Instagram and
great.
go like, "Oh, look at this advert for a game," she's like, "Oh, that's cool. We should get that."
So much
That's
progress.
nice. So much progress. So much progress.
So much progress.
in my relationship.
We're in the world.
I'm improving in that regard. I just think it's like I'm still in a position where if Katie's on the phone and someone's like, "So what's Glenn up to?" And I'm always like, "Please don't tell them."
Yeah.
Tell them I'm wanking.
Yeah.
Tell them I'm wanking.
Glenn's become a peeping Tom.
yeah.
Haven't you, Glenn?
And I go, thank you. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin rang me like a week ago and he was like, "What are you up to?" He was like, "What are you doing? You're playing Dark Souls?" And I was like on the sofa with my controller playing Dark Souls and I wanted to lie.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, no.
Yeah, I'm playing
But he can hear like,
yeah. Because you can't fucking pause.
yeah, you can't, yeah. So I was like, yeah.
I think we should do this for next week's episode, maybe, is how you get people into games.
Yeah.
Have you managed to get people into games?
Yeah.
And if you're like, hey, if you like this, I think you'd like this.
How do we recruit?
So I think this is a good way also to get in touch with us. So if you want us to send your suggestions of how you would do this, how you have done this in the past, join our Discord. The best way to join the Discord is by signing up to the free tier of our Patreon. Or if you really like the podcast and you really want to support it, for just £5 a month, you get access not only to the Discord, but an extra full episode of Button Boys every single week, plus access to the entire back catalogue of 16, 17, however many episodes we've done so far. Also, remember to give us a subscription on YouTube, rate us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. We'd really, really appreciate it. I think it is time to get a bit gripey before we go for the day and before we head over to the Patreon. My issue, and this comes in Donkey Kong and his Honky Dong.
Mm-hmm. Your issue with D Kong.
The final boss should only be fought once in a game.
Yeah.
I hate it when you fight the final boss like halfway through the game and again 3/4 of the way through the game and then again at the end. I think it should only ever be one fight. I know it's like a climactic thing.
Like Pokemon.
Is that what happened in Pokemon?
Well, Red, your rival.
Oh, yeah, you keep
fight
running
him
into
right at the start.
Again and again.
In stages, yeah.
If it's like in the first third of the game, I think that's understandable. What bothers me is when it's at a part of the game where it could legitimately be the end. Don't get me wrong. I've been enjoying Donkey Kong Bonanza a hell of a lot. However, the moment it's in your head that we're wrapping this up now, you go, it is kind of deflating. I remember...
It's like when someone puts a microphone in the stand at a gig.
Yeah, and no matter how much you've enjoyed the gig...
Your bladder goes, it's time.
You're preparing to go home.
It's time, baby.
It's such a weird piss magic trick you can put on people to do that. I reckon if you do it a few times,
Yes.
keep doing it, you can make the entire audience wet themselves. Again, the storyline isn't that crucial to Donkey Kong, so if you don't want spoilers, cover your ears for the next 30 seconds. But the baddie that you're introduced to at the beginning of Donkey Kong, you fight them, and I thought it was the end of the game. It wasn't. There was about another 4 hours of the game.
Oh my
I
God.
then had to fight them again, and it was like, this is surely the end, because they were finally defeated. It then went, but that wasn't really the bad guy. They introduced another bad guy who I just fought, and then they had end credits, and then it went, or is it? And I then have to now fight them again. And I'm like, to think, 6 hours ago, I was already rolling my eyes about how long this was going on for. 6 hours later, I'm still in the game. I don't know when it's going to end. I love Donkey Kong Bonanza, but the false endings, man,
It's like when
they
you,
can
you
fuck off.
come out of an exam and someone goes, "I nearly missed that back page."
Yeah, you go,
Huh?
Yikes.
No, I don't like that.
I also just save it for the end.
I'm
Spider-Man,
gullible.
And Spider-Man 2 does this where you fight Venom over and over again. The final battle is like a 6-stage battle. I'm already against the idea of second and third phase. Yeah, you go, it's, Andrew Lincoln at the end of Love Actually. Enough now. That's how I feel.
It kind of bothers me.
I've declared my feelings to a teenager who's married to my best friend.
Enough. I get annoyed in a game when you're in the middle of a boss fight and then the boss sort of pulls out a mad move. And you go, realistically, if we were having a fight and you had this incredible skill, you'd open with it.
Open with it. Exactly.
You wouldn't go, oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Yes.
I can fire venom out of my ass. And you had
That's diarrhea.
Just because you
We all can.
Yeah.
Given the worst circumstances.
It will kill someone. Yeah. If you do it right.
But you're forgetting. I've got diarrhea.
Yeah.
What?
You see the final boss eating a raw chicken.
It's a good way to get
Hold on a
No.
second.
Good way to get out of a mugging. I'm powering up my boss ability. As you start unbuckling your belt, they go, just keep the phone.
Yeah,
It's not even
fine,
that. Fuck, man.
Well,
It would be a mad thing to like shout as well.
yeah.
Don't mess with me. I can fire venom out my ass.
I know diarrhea. It's a weird way to end a podcast.
Yeah, but we must.
But genuinely, bye.
We must.
Button Boys.